Welcome to RaiGurukul.com. In this video, we'll discuss about a very interesting concept in Jira. Whenever we are working with Jira instance, we are always keeping in mind the performance and scale. So how we can watch and manage the best performance and scale of our Jira instance. So there are multiple factors are involved within it, including all those factors we can apply the best practices within our Jira instance. So if you can see here, whenever we are navigating into the system settings, we will be able to find it out performance and scale option here. Before jumping into the stage, let's understand how and where to apply the best practices of Jira performance and scale settings. So when we talk about these board and design usage, there are a number of things to keep in mind. When configurations of the board settings, we have to make sure not only we can include issues from multiple projects, but we can also exclude issues based on our GQL. This can lead to confusion of what is and it is not appearing on the board. So here, let me navigate into the board or any of the projects where we can see the board settings, and within that, whenever we are creating any of the options, we can customize it through JQL. This can lead to the confusions of what is and not appearing on the board. Generally, it's best to start off thinking about the true goals of this board. Keep in mind we can create multiple boards, even multiple boards that cover the same issues to show data differently for different team, which again consumes lot of data and space within our Jira instance, because each issue is having different scale and ratios. We are having attachments, we are having descriptions, detail, and lot more data available within it. Whenever we create a new board using the Scrum or Kanban presets, a corresponding filter will be created for us. This means we can modify the filter to narrow down the issues on the board, removing those we don't need to see, the letting our focus on only what we need. So it's important to note that while boards can display up to 2000 issues, even we can customize. That is not fixed at all. It's totally up to our requirement, how and where we want to set it up or configure these details. So when we are talking about Internet Explorer 8 versions on lower powered machines, we can see in the bottom sections on client side considerations or more informations. Additionally, it can be difficult to find the issues we want in a sea of cards. Additionally, our Jira instance will need to pull up the data about these issues at each refresh. If there is 1,000 issues there and 25 people wants to load this code at the same time, then there will be a bit of work to be done there. The issue data itself will pull from the indexes within the new boards rather than from the database directly. So this should directly or greatly improve the performance to load times you will see on larger board. This should also be taken into considerations when scaling a Jira instance. Now, when we are talking about the performance, it's always required to manage the best practices on cutting up the workloads. So if we have any overwhelming projects where we are having more than 1000 or 2000 issues are lying there, whenever we are creating large boards, then usually the first place to look is the quick filters. Quick filters allow us to narrow the board down to a subsets and the quick filters. It means this type of quick filters, whenever we are clicking this quick filters, when we have the less number of issues, probably this board is taking very small durations to load this page. But when we have the board which contains more than 1000 issues, probably it will take longer time. So we are allowing us to narrow down the board to subsets of the issues that match both the original filter and quick filter. Often, even we see large boards with a number of quick filters that could easily be broken down into different groups. By starting the looking at the quick filters, we can use most often and look at what they can focus. So here we have selected both, and we are not able to see any of the information available here. So generally this is built on GQL. GQL allows us to search a wide variety of aspects of the issues, but we can assign and report both individual and group issues each time since last updated, and of course the historical search is allowing us to see things that at one point in time were in a particular status, assigning etc. by focusing on the particulars that make easier. Now here we have the board settings. Whenever we will navigate it to this board setting, we will have swim lanes which allow us to set the order of certain issue based on the JQL we need. For example, we may want to see our issue organized by priority, promoting criticals and blockers to the top. Alternatively, we might want to organize it by assigning so we can see who is doing what. Quick filter is again a second option of organizing this, but generally when a lot of people are accessing this type of grouping mechanisms, it will take to load the data longer durations. So it is quickly grabbing the issues which we need, or such as assigned issues or only the recently updated issues. Card colors is again are effective options where generally people are applying the filter based on the card color to finding the custom fields and longer usage. Generally this is helping us to save a lot of time. So whenever any of the custom filters are not in use, better to remove it or perform the cleanup activity. Good to know data in the issue column is refreshed once in a day. We can see the date of the last refresh above the column. Data won't be available for around 24 hours after the upgrade. So these all are the best practices which we can apply to improve performance and scale of our Jira instance. Now, if you want to have a look about your performance and of Jira instance, simply you can navigate into the systems, and from here you will find it out the options of performance and scale. If you can see here, we have multiple options are available here. Overview, this is showing on track, nearing thresholds and cross threshold options. But here you will have project access. So current value is 11,000, thresholds is 250k, threshold percentage is 5%. Custom fields are 531, 6,000 is the threshold value and 9% is threshold percentage. Custom field options is this much, and here threshold is 40k and threshold percentage is 4%. So nearing threshold is the options where we can see matrix which contains nearing thresholds. Cross thresholds is again a different options. Generally, if we want to narrow it down the project access, we can see the complete project access when and how it is accessed a lot. Rest, whenever the number of individual entries or project access is higher, creating, loading and searching for issues slowdowns. This is the rest. Recommendation is remove user who no longer need access to the incidents rather than any disabling them. Disabling users only removes their permissions and not the entry. We can also see other recommendations like define groups with users and give group access instead of giving individual user access. Simply the rules for access to project, such as making use of default project permissions in our permission stream. Now, even we can apply the filter based on the month, 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, and year of the information is available here, where we can see project access threshold is 250k. Custom fields, as we can see here, there are a lot of custom fields will be regularly created within our projects, totally depending on our requirement. If the requirement of custom fields will be more, probably people are creating and forget it. So if they are not using, we have to perform regular cleanup activity and remove the custom field which is not accessed from the long duration of time. Custom fields options, here we have the custom fields options where again risk and recommendations are available. So based on these recommendations, if the Jira administrators are managing this complete resources, probably they will improve the performance and scale of their Jira instance. So that's all about this video. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you think so this will be useful, don't forget to share within your circle. Thank you for watching.